Hey, we talking in the mic because Mike need talking too. I'm with my main man. I am beautiful and he is wonderful. That's an inside joke.
Beautiful and wonderful.
You're beautiful and wonderful. We're here today, the Takeaway Podcast. We're gonna talk about money, man.
Right.
You know, this is the money episode, man.
Okay.
We're gonna get into it, man. I wanted to thank you
Yes.
for being here today. This is my main man, my right hand, white chocolate himself. No,
Okay.
Anyway, this is Pastor Randy Stewart. All right, but besides the pastor stuff, there's a whole lot of other things in your life that God allowed you to be a part of. Man, tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
Man, I tell you, it's been a journey. I mean, I think I was 26 years old, manager of a branch manager of a bank, and man, God just rocked my world, bro.
Yeah.
But Lord just spoke to me. I was reaching out, actually, Prison Fellowship Ministries of all things, and finance.
Why when you talk about prison, you point at me? Wow. Okay. But anyway, it's all right. It's okay.
I love you, man. So God just softened my heart and said, you know what, man, I don't want to sit behind a desk the rest of my life and do finance. I had a finance degree, was in banking a few years in my degree, and God began to soften my heart. And I said, you know what, I got to step away from this. I stepped away, ended up being the treasurer of this little bitty church out in the country, and prayed about a flight, man, a red-eye flight to Vegas to see a mission opportunity. And my wife and I ended up on the mission field. But even going there, and I wanted to share this with everybody, sometimes I think we get this degree and we've got to stay in it. And I was sharing with Keisha, look, you may use the very degree you went to study. It could be that you use it for God's glory.
Absolutely.
And full-time ministry, or maybe not. Maybe you still work the job to provide for your family. We're talking about money, right? We still have to provide. But you may very well use that. And come to find out, I get to the mission field, I helped them with their finances, you know? So that's kind of our journey from that finance world. My wife was a school teacher to that finance, but I was able to use it in ministry too and in missions. So,
man, you it's some kind of way, if we talking about peanut butter and jelly, you know, ice cream sandwiches, no matter what we talking about, some kind of way we're gonna run into mission work. like our conversation, like we're gonna run into talking about loving on God's people, loving on those who have been ostracized, those who have been forgotten about. And I think God is so amazing because he'll give us a test drive or opportunity to do something, right? And then not knowing how that will factor into that thing of the past will factor into, you know, the present. I do want to jump in. I want to talk about money.
Okay.
I also want to talk about, you know, you gave us one layer, but I think there's other layers, like with foster care, with mom and dad, with other things. I mean, I think money or our background shapes a lot of who we are, right? And how we look at money, and if whatever part of that you want to share with mom, dad, foster care, however, you're a foster parent yourself.
Yes, that's
you
right.
know,
That's
you
right.
And, you and Heather.
Yes. I think a big first step for all of our families is to realize that it's about stewardship, right? It's stewarding our money. Each home is given a certain amount of money, whether it's $1,000 a week or $10,000 a week. The big thing you have to do is manage that money, right? So I've got to teach Elias, my son, is a great example, how to get a job and earn, right? And then he has to learn how to have responsibility to pay bills and then save and then invest. So a simple plan that we like to throw out is the 10-10-80 plan, right?
Yeah.
So I tithe, right? Let's
10.
let's tithe 10.
Yeah, he worth a dime.
We're working the dime. Come on. He's worth the first dime.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah. And then let's pay ourselves and save that dime. I think a lot of times we forget we get paid. Yeah. Oh, we just want to go out and have fun.
Yeah.
And we forget, make it rain on Friday, but we forget to take a little 10 out of that rain. Yeah. Get it ready for Sunday morning. And then the other 10 we need to put in savings.
Put it in the kitty. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then live off the 80%. So I think that's a big one. And Lord willing, that God gives you the grace and a little love and a little extra lunch money because you're working hard over there. You know, doing a little shoulder work above your arms, pulling down tile ceilings. You know, you feel me?
Yeah. You've been on the grind.
I've been on my mind. Okay.
You get this ready.
So that little extra coin, hey, let's invest. Let's invest, right? Yeah. Because why? We see that first 2x in the Bible, right? Yeah. The parable of the talents. Okay, so he took 5. Now, not everybody did this.
Not everybody.
But somebody did. Yeah. He took 5 And he made it another 5, my friend. He took
flipped it. We call that in the hood.
We call that in the hood. He flipped it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
flipped it.
2X. Yeah.
He flipped it. Yeah.
That's a 2X on his money. So, and God says, hey, look, don't bury it, son. I've given you this. And let me say this, because I think a lot of people, we went through the class and they were like, well, I don't have anything left, or I give to God, I'm tired. Okay, that's great. Realize $5 could become 10. 50 could become 100.
Yeah.
Right? Now listen, will it happen overnight? No, you may not get your multiplication of those talents overnight. But if you don't invest them, right? If you don't put them in the wheel to turn and grind for you, right? Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. Rich Dad would say, make those dollars work as hard as possible for you. If you don't put them in to spin, then how will they grow and multiply?
Ever. You know, I mean, this is a perfect, I think, opportunity to segue into this, because, I mean, honestly, man, I come from a family of good folks, and you know, and it's a lot of good parents and good people out there, good Christian, you know, good Christian folks, good country Christian folk, right? Just love the Lord, but nobody told me, man, and you know, stay away from drugs, don't do this, don't do this, don't do. But nobody told me about how important money would matter.
Yes.
Nobody told me, and I'm talking to Randy Stewart here. We're talking stewardship.
I'm learning.
Randy Stewart,
I'm learning. Yeah,
right?
stewardship.
Nobody told me how much money would play a major role in my life. I wrote a note here, and I need to say it because nobody told me growing up in my house how important, how crucial, how spiritual.
Okay.
Money was.
All right.
Because I was taught stuff like, that's your money. You do what you want. It's your money. But you know, I didn't know how much money was going to matter to me, how much money was going to matter to God. I mean, you talking to a dude that lost everything a couple times, you know, but God is faithful.
Yes.
But financially, I'm not the man. I could probably be a better financial man, but financially, I'm not the man I was 10 years ago, 5 years ago, not even 2 years ago. Like this is a spiritual part of my journey. Money.
Okay.
Money matters. The way I handle money, the way I spend money, the way I pay people money, the way I look at it matters.
Absolutely.
And
that's right.
Something simple like a 10-10-80 could change your life. It sounds surface, but it's so deep. I mean, like, give me more, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And that's really good. I think we have to realize that, and you said it well, you right there, that everything we've been given, you say it's spiritual, is from God, right? God blesses us, we're faithful, we work, we provide for our family, and yet we have to realize everything we've been given is by His grace, right? You said that in one of your last sermons. It's His grace, is it not?
Listening.
Oh, I was listening. Okay. Oh, it showed up. So he remembered. So that grace is there. Yes, we do our part. We work, we go to work and we earn, and then we pay and save and invest, but it is so true that we have to realize it's from the Father. There should be a joy then in our hearts to give back then, right? You mentioned it well at the beginning and early. You said we're going to help people, the ostracized, those on the margins, those families that need a little love. And then you're able to do that, man. And it's such a blessing to others. The one thing I would add here, because we should be doing this with our giving and our tithing to start with, to show our family, show our children, it's periodic and it's planned.
Yeah, talk about that. Periodic.
Yes.
And then planned.
So
pop your peas, man. Go ahead, man.
Pop
Go
the
ahead.
peas. You know, you had 3 A's yesterday. You had them on Sunday.
I
Okay.
do what I do.
So the first one is periodic.
Yeah.
Show your family that you have a consistent, regular time frame. Okay, so I say, Elias, got to tap him on the shoulder. Don't forget to tithe now. It's a consistent, regular time frame. So I say, Heather, hey, this is our money. This is what God's given us. We got to get that ready for Sunday. We tithe first. Then you pay the bills, and it's planned. It's thought out in advance, right? Well, man, I'm going to have this break about, Lord willing, this Sunday at the end of October here.
Oh, yeah.
Planting seeds. And so it's thought out in advance. So I say, wow. And let me say this, because we talked about it before the podcast. My rent, let's just say, it's $1,000 a month, or my mortgage. I need to hold back $250 a week. It's periodic and it's planned. It's not a surprise to me that by the first, right?
Bill man come every month.
Every month, he's
Bill
there.
Man come every month. Why we surprised when he get here?
He's surprised. What's he doing?
Man, the first coming. Yeah, go ahead. Okay.
$250 a week. I'm kind of allocating and holding and ready to pay my mortgage or pay my rent, right? So if I net $475 a week, I've got this for groceries, I have this, that rent payment, you may be more successful from studies I've heard and seen now that per week you hold that money ready to pay some of your biggest expenses. That's a fixed expense, okay?
You know, and some people think like, if I'm gonna be able to do better with money once I get more money. And that is such a lie, man. Too much get much quiet. Like if I get more money, I'm a be a stronger giver. I'm gonna do better with my money. No, you not. because what you do with the small things, the way you manage the small amount of money or lower amount of money, it's gonna relate to the bigger things.
Yes.
All right. So it's planned, it's periodic.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's planned and it's periodic.
It is, and I want people to hear this. This is huge. We were going through the study, and this just came to me, man. I read this in a post. This is powerful. Listen to this. The life we want, hear this, and the life that we live, there's a gap there, right? And you know what it is? It's mindset, focus, and consistency. Absolutely. Hear those three words again. It's mindset, focus, and consistency. My mindset is I'm going to periodically plan this, and I'm going to give to God. I'm going to give back what He's given me. That mindset is a discipline. So it's a discipline to give, to grow God's kingdom for His glory. And then the focus is budget. Ooh, it's a nasty bad word. That's a bad word. It starts with B. Ooh, budget. Ooh, I feel like the ceiling got lower. You constrained me.
Yeah.
The B word. Somebody say it. It ain't what you're thinking with the B word.
It ain't what you think.
It's budget.
It's budget. The B word.
Ooh, and then consistency.
Yeah.
Would be freedom, because a great theologian, Dietrich Bonhoeffer, says, discipline is freedom.
Discipline is freedom.
Discipline is freedom.
Man, stay there. Discipline is freedom.
Discipline is freedom.
Y'all heard that
Are
man
you
say,
kidding me?
Discipline is freedom.
What? Because if I have a budget and I say, you know what? Check this out. Let me show you something a little fancy.
Oh, you brought out the envelope already?
Ooh, let me put it in the camera.
Ooh.
The cash envelope. Ooh. Look. This is what Heather and I do. We take a cash envelope. Keisha, I know you're going to lose your breath. And I put $100, eat out.
Ooh.
Ooh.
All week.
Ooh.
All week.
All right, let's bump it up a little. 120. Okay, I got a raise.
Ballin'.
30 a week. This is my eat out money. I don't go get a credit card and swipe.
That's for the month?
That's for the month. That's
you
30 a
hard.
week. I know
you
we do
hard.
McDonald's and we do Wendy's and we use apps, you know.
Yeah, you gotta app it. You gotta app it.
I gotta app it. I feel good though.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A got some nice rewards.
Yeah.
But I have an envelope that keeps me accountable. Do you see what I'm saying? Oh man, let's just go to Outback. Oh boy, you're gonna get you some, aren't you? You're gonna go spend $75.
Oh really? You showing out?
Yeah.
Out.
I probably eat at Outback twice a year.
Okay.
Look, so keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
But if you've got what are our expenses that vary? Groceries,
especially now.
Groceries, gasoline, and our eating out money. A lot of it, the rest is fixed. Your utilities will move a little, but not much. So you know you're about $250 a month on utilities, whatever yours is. Your rent, all that's fixed. But you could take this nice, beautiful cash envelope and
that white envelope can change their life, man.
It could.
Man, I think we just need to throw white envelopes through everybody that hit the link right now. Just
throw them in the church.
Man, this is serious. You know people don't want to hear this, man.
No, it's a bad word. Budget, bad word. Don't bring it.
But it's necessary.
It helps.
It's necessary, man.
Look, for my groceries, I can say, okay, we're doing $150 a week. I gave Heather a raise.
Okay.
We're trying to do $175 for a family of 5 per week. That's $700 a month.
Straight up.
Okay, that is hard to do, man.
Yeah.
In this economy. Yeah. Go ahead and just try it with your wife and talk to her. Put $150 down and try that and see how that is. And based on your budget, I mean, you gotta, if you don't know and you keep spending, then you don't reconcile that bank statement. Oh, Lord have mercy. Don't even go there. And don't even talk about it.
We gotta do what we need to do right now. So maybe we can do what we want to do later. I think sometime emotionally. I think this money stuff is an emotional portion. We'll probably talk about it on the next portion, but you know, it's this emotional part. This emotional spending, man.
That's good. It's real good.
And it struck a nerve when you talked about the discipline, right? And we pastors and we preachers and, you know, we bootleg preachers and stuff. But, you know, really, this is more about money in church. And really the takeaway is more than just reaching people that go to church. And if you have to think that hard about 10% of your income, then you have a money problem. If you have to think that hard,
that's true,
and go back and forth,
it's a good point,
about a dime off every dollar, there's
right.
something wrong with your dollars.
Yes, there could be a priority issue.
There could be a priority issue. That's another P. That's another P.
I love it. I love it. Man, you already got your sermon ready.
Yes.
Woo, let's get it.
Yes, because if you have to fight that hard.
Yes.
To peel off a dime?
Another P, yeah, peel off. Come on, man, peel the layers back. What's really going on?
If it's that hard for you to give a dime anywhere, it's a problem.
That's good. That's good.
It got to be a problem, and I think that's the emotional part, man.
It is.
And we're so aggressive and obsessive and argumentative about money, the money that we have, the money that we don't have, and we spend, man.
Yeah, we do.
We spend, man.
We do. Lord help us in that. And here's the quote, the great quote you were getting to. You're almost there, and it's this. It's, live the life now that no one else lives, so that someday in the future, you'll live like no one else. Yeah. Live like no one else now. You were alluding to that right there. Live like no one else now, so that someday you will live like no one else.
Absolutely.
Because you will have invested, you will have been disciplined, you will save, you will do it periodically and consistent the same amount. Listen, if you're saving 10% and God blesses you and you have the other 10%, you need to invest 10% per week or per month off that paycheck, and do that because God can grow that. I've seen Him do it in people's lives, in other people's lives and ours. He can do that. Listen, $5 can become 10 if you'll hold it and invest it for 5 years, 10 years. You have to have patience. But you're being a good steward.
Man, if you had to look into the camera, you had like a minute and a half or something, like what would you say to these people? Like these people, like you people who want to, appease the just you people who want more money but don't want to do anything. What would you say to these people? Like talk to them people, like at that camera, them people.
The first thing I want to tell you this, man. We were on the mission field. We didn't have $700 raised per month. Now, we didn't have a mortgage, but I'll tell you this. Through all the lean times, through every time, no matter whether it was $40 a month I gave or $70 off that dime, we gave it. We trusted God. You've got to plan ahead and save. Watch your spending. This is where most of our dollars fall out of our pockets. Get rid of the credit cards if they're causing you the temptation to swipe when you don't have the money. Plan and communication with your spouse or your partner and life for your family, it's huge. I mean, I talked to Keisha before the podcast. You've got to begin to plan and look at, say, when do you want to buy a house for your family? 2 years from now? Then you need to be saving about $500 a month right now to have 12 grand 2 years from now to pay that down payment for the house. You begin to pray and plan and be periodic and start with a 10-10-80 plan. If you can do that, tithe 10%, save 10%, send 80% on your bills and et cetera. Yeah.
We ain't done. We'll see you in a minute. We'll see you in 2 weeks. This is just part one. Let's get it.